thought it would be really fun
Hi.
as a duo to try to learn along with you.
Oh, good. Sam, it's nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you. I'm great. Just happy to have some cocktails.
I know.
And you are a great photographer. I've seen your work. So
Thank
it's
you
been
so
fun
much.
to check out what you're up to. Well, you know what? Before we start with the line of questioning, tell us what you are making for us.
Ooh, well, we got a recipe because we told our friends at Jane Walker, Sam makes a really killer old fashioned. And so they suggested that we do a version of that. It's a Jane Walker cocktail by Chiako Hakata, and it's Jane's Sunset.
Yes.
So it's kind of like a boosted old fashioned.
Chiako's amazing. She's a bartender based in Los Angeles, and she's totally self-taught. She's also a dancer. You can find the recipe that Sophia is making on our Instagram stories, but she really is very proud of this cocktail. So she's happy that we're making it tonight. So tell us what's in it.
I'm so pumped.
I'm excited to try it.
Well, yeah, do you want to kind of walk us through it? We've got an ice bucket. We have obviously our Jane. We got a fresh bottle. I feel so special.
Nice.
We've got pure orange, sparkling water, simple syrup, pure vanilla, and some oranges.
Oh, wow. You've got fresh oranges.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. I don't have those. Do you have the recipe there?
No.
You know what?
Hold on, I'm just realizing that I got my document printed so I could have all our facts in front of me.
We're going to get you the ingredients.
We're gonna grab Sam's phone and pull it up on her screen since you're on my screen.
I think Nancy is watching. Nancy can also tell us the
Perfect.
Oh, you've got your phone there? Good.
We got it. Okay. You said it's in your story, right?
It is. Nancy, I know you're watching. Nancy, if you can tell us the ingredients. I know it's super simple.
If I click this. Nancy, look at how Well,
all right, let's talk, and then folks are going to shout out the ingredients for us in the meantime. So,
because I've got them all, I just don't know what proportions they're meant to come.
Damn it! It keeps going to the live, and I can't do the story.
I know.
All right, we're going to start over. So, Sophia Bush, actress and activist. I'm very excited to meet you for the first time. The last time I saw you was at the ERA Coalition event in New York City. Yes. And it was really right before everything shut down.
It's so crazy to think that a couple of months ago we were hosting an event and raising funds, thanks again to our partners for the ERA. You know, since I started working with Jane Walker in 2018, we've been able to raise so much money for organizations like She Should Run. And we had all these big plans around the ERA this year. And then when Corona hit, they said, you know, how do we turn all these initiatives to support the Bartenders Guild, which has been pretty amazing. And I don't know, it's so weird. Now we're just quarantined.
Oh,
it's us and the dog.
Well, like you said, they've supported some really amazing initiatives. And the ERA Coalition is somebody that you folks can follow on Instagram. I mean, one of the surprising things is that they're still working to pass the Equal Rights Amendment. I think a lot of people thought it was like done decades ago. Yeah. But it's shocking to know that it's not totally finished yet, but it's making progress again, thanks to the work of folks like the ERA Coalition. Yeah,
they're doing incredible work. And it is always really interesting. You know, I get inspired about what's going on in the world. And sometimes I'll share something like on an, Equal Pay Day, I'll post something to Instagram, and I'll always have a troll or two who's like, it's illegal to pay men and women differently. And I'm like, actually it's not, because the ERA hasn't passed yet. So,
right.
Cool.
So, Sophia, that brings up something I wanted to ask you. Like I mentioned, I did kind of a deep dive into you and your life last night. I listened to your podcast. Oh my gosh. My biggest take, you interviewed John Kerry, and you've interviewed such an interesting range of people on your podcast.
I called her right after that interview and I was like, what is life? I don't know what's going on.
So insane.
I was also sitting on the Zoom with him and I was like, do I call him Secretary Kerry? Do I call him John? What do I say to this incredibly accomplished human being who I get to question for the next hour?
the range of people that you interview on the podcast is really fascinating. I mean, everyone from John Kerry to Kate Bosworth and on and on. So folks should also check out Sophia's podcast. But the one, I mentioned this earlier, the word I came away with to describe you is really fearless. Like I'm just amazed how many things you throw yourself into, and you don't seem worried about the repercussions. And it's kind of, you know, you don't see that a lot with celebrities, just to be honest. You know, everyone's kind of afraid of their image, afraid of their social media. So my question for you with all that is, were you born this way? Or did you, you know, was it a case of nature versus nurture in terms of your activism?
I think I was certainly born a little bit like this, you know. We're both super close to our parents, and my mom will always talk about how I was always really fired up as a kid. But I think the difference for me is that what I do isn't who I am. And if I have this platform, if we have the ability to have conversations that are public facing, how am I spending or not spending my privilege? Because a platform is a privilege. And in the ways that all of us as women understand what obstacles women face in the world, I think it should be on all of us to understand what obstacles all kinds of people face in the world. And if we're not advocating for each other, I don't really know what we're doing. And I think it's been cool to see the tides turn, like where you can make art and be political, where you can, you know, do the kinds of things we're doing. You can run a big hospitality company and figure out how to turn that into a movement where brands can say, actually, we do really care. We do want to take a stand. I don't think it's always popular, but I think it's always right. And as long as we're always doing the next right thing, then I think it's a little easier to sleep at night.
Well, it's been amazing to see what you do. So thank you. On behalf of the Cherry Bomb community, you know, at least thank you. Okay, so crazy segue. We have the recipe. It's on here. So
you can walk us through this.
Okay, so it's 1.5 ounces Jane Walker to 1 ounce fresh orange juice.
Please?
So here's
I actually can write it down.
So 1.5 to 1. So you don't have to measure.
1.5 to 1 of orange juice.
1.5 Jane Walker to 1 of orange juice. Yep.
Okay, we got this.
Excellent.
Also, do you know that my dad gave this to me? It's this cute little pourer, and the big one says sinner and the little one says saint. They have a little devil and a little angel on it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Cute.
Okay, so 1.5 Jane to 1 ounce fresh orange juice. Then 1 dash vanilla extract. I'll wait until you catch up.
Okay. Because I'm going between the one and the... I under poured this one a little bit. I'm so sorry. Hold, please. All right, ma'am.
All right.
1.5 to 1.
1.5 to
1 little dash in there.
Yeah.
So what are you up to? The orange juice? Okay.
Yes.
The OJ. I feel like I say orange like a New Yorker. Orange. How do you say it?
Orange.
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 No,
Okay.
my mom's from Jersey, so like I always grew up hearing orange.
Orange. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if you're in
Orange.
West Orange, like that's the East Coast orange.
Oh my God, I think I've lost my... I used to speak like that. I'm from the East Coast, and I was shamed out of it when I moved here.
Oh.
I've lost myself.
All right.
You
So
gotta
then
get
we've
it
got
back.
a dash vanilla extract.
A bunch
Did
of
you
little
get that one?
measuring spoons.
Oh,
Excellent.
a dash.
Just a
A
dash.
dash.
No, a dash.
But you know what?
Scared.
If you like vanilla, I say go for it.
Love vanilla.
Okay. Oh
Then
God.
That dash.
A splash of club soda.
Okay.
And then do you have a vegetable peeler?
Yeah.
That was the universal sign for vegetable peeler that I just made. Yeah.
Do we need
Okay,
we need a peeler for the orange?
You need a little orange twist garnish.
I can do a little cut.
I might just have to cut it. I don't think my vegetable peeler will go through an orange peel. It's a little.
So Sophia, one of my questions is about your mixology.
Sam's a pro at this. I'm scared. I don't know how to cut this part really here.
One of my questions is about your mixology skills.
Okay, about mine.
Yes.
No, there's a reason
So-
that I'm quarantined with one of my best friends who happens to be an excellent bartender.
And she's a phenomenal cook, so we make a great
We
team.
make do.
Oh, that's a good duo. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. How did you two
we
become?
need to eventually get Caitlin back in the mix when she
gosh.
when we know we can co-pod, because Caitlin, who I work with, is an incredible baker.
Yes.
And honestly, if the three of us were here, we'd have every level covered.
I know. I've
So
been
you'll-
salivating to all of her posts.
Whew.
So you'll never have to leave the house, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're gonna light it?
Sure.
You do it. This is real
You
skill.
really do know what you're doing. Okay.
I do. So this is my like fun old-fashioned party trick.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work, but so do you want to hold the thing so they can?
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't see it on.
Oh yeah, wait, hold please. Let me give you a
I'm
full.
sorry in advance if this doesn't work.
I'm just gonna. Yep. Woo! See that?
It's usually supposed to be bigger.
No, I was impressed. There was a flame.
Okay, wait. I have one more try, which is great.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I'm coming in this way.
So you have to
Nice. Look
heat
at
up
that.
the oils.
There
Woo! See that?
Ooh.
You're fancy.
All right. So your mixology skills, both of you, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
Oh, you're
10
a 10.
being like
Oh god.
award-winning bartender mixologist, or because it's a 10.
You're a 10. I can follow a recipe very well, so I would say that I could, depending on the complexity of it, be around like a 7, but I would never pretend that because you wing a cocktail really well.
Yeah,
Like,
I just like.
to the point of this whole initiative, so what we're doing, obviously, which we mentioned earlier, is for people who are just tuning in, it's kitchen sink drinks. So it's like we're figuring out what we have available. We're making these cocktails, tips from home. You can look in the fridge at the most random ingredients, and like somehow we have a muddled mango situation happening, and it's insane. I don't have that skill when it comes to drinks. Like I need a recipe, but you can look at anything and just make up a cocktail.
But you are the literal, like, my mirror in terms of, like, cooking,
food.
because I just, like, stare at a fridge and I eat popcorn, whereas you're, like, dashing all these things in the fridge, and suddenly we have, like, a lamb roast with, like, lentils and everything you could imagine.
Oh, that's so funny. So I'm more Sophia. That's why I love my bartender friends. Hold on. I don't know if my cat is trying to knock down the tripod. I don't know if you guys are cat people.
Oh,
Hi.
Say
who's
hi.
that?
That's Dusty. You look very grouchy. Say
Oh
hi.
my god, he's very cute.
Yeah,
He,
she's
she?
a sweetheart. She loves to try to knock down the tripod.
Yeah, I had to put my dog
Nose and
outside.
tail. Oh, okay. So Sophia, you said you're the cook. So
Yeah.
what do you like to cook?
Oh my gosh, honestly, everything. I've really been getting in the mix with making a lot of burritos and tacos this week. We did a full Taco Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, like fried fish, Baja fish taco situation that was very, very
festive. It was
We
so
got
good.
very festive. We decorated for ourselves.
Yeah. Gotta just take those moments where you can get them these
it was
days.
What else do you make usually?
I got a smoker last summer.
Oh wow.
Which is like kind of
That's
my
advanced.
Yeah, honestly, it's like my secret weapon. I love it the most. So while I have been quarantined, I've essentially been learning to smoke everything, even non-meats, because I definitely eat a lot less meat than I used to, and you don't really eat any. And so I've gotten really good at making roasted potatoes on the smoker. They're insane.
They're actually incredible.
They're the best potatoes I've ever had. So that's been a really fun thing. But it's called a Traeger. I don't know if you know anything about smokers.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Love
Timberline. It's a very large smoker. So I've been really getting down on all the vegetables that we can smoke. I charred broccolini a couple weeks ago. I slightly overcharred it, but I'm learning. It was good. And I made some smoked salmon.
Oh nice.
then-
Okay.
You just throw a meat on there randomly.
I do.
Oh gosh, I think
I'm
we
also
forgot.
really into a pork chop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
we
think
didn't do the simple.
we forgot one ingredient, a splash of seltzer, I think.
Oh yeah,
We
No, I
put
did
in
that.
there.
You did?
Oh, you got
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Okay.
I did the splash of that, but we didn't do, how much simple syrup is it supposed to be?
Oh gosh, good
I
question.
got sidetracked while we
You
were
know what?
talking.
Here's the beauty of the whole kitchen sink drink thing. You can kind of make it your own.
I mean,
Let's try it.
let's
So
try
give
and
it
see
a
if we can
sip
meet
and
it.
see how much.
Cheers, ma'am.
Mm.
Oh, I love that.
It's good.
I don't know if we need that.
No simple syrup.
Or are you feeling you want it? I trust your
I
opinion.
want like a dash.
You want a dash. Okay, what if I
Okay.
do a little babyist? Mm-hmm. Okay. Also, I would just like to say, obviously, we all know this, but everyone who's watching, thank you for tuning in. You guys are helping us raise money for the Hospitality Relief Fund. And if you make this drink or you have another drink that you love to make, if you tag at Johnny Walker US and hashtag tips from home on a post, a story, whatever it is you do, for every one of those posts, they're going to donate, as Carrie mentioned, $1 up to $1 million to the relief fund, so we can really help to raise some money for our bartenders and our hospitality. So, you know,
Absolutely.
stay
Well,
home
cheers.
and
Cheers to that.
have a drink with us. Cheers.
I think that the simple syrup mattered.
No, you're right. That was great. Yep.
Sophia,
So
I don't
good.
think no one's
It's
going
almost
to be
like we should
hiring.
trust the professional bartenders.
It's true.
I don't think anyone's going to hire me to make drinks professionally anytime soon, but I do love, I do admire my mixology friends for what they're able to do. Sophia, well, we still have you. I have a few more questions for you.
Sure.
So you told us that you do cook. You know, it's a challenging time. You know, we've alluded to it a lot, and everybody knows what's going on in the world right now. I was just curious about, in terms of staying true to your convictions at a time like this. You know, we talked earlier about how fearless you are, but what advice do you have for those folks who are watching about staying true to what they believe in?
I think it's really important, especially in a time like this, for people to find a balance. So for me, that means staying up on the news, knowing what's happening politically. And then, you know, for us, as you mentioned, Sam's an incredibly talented photographer and obviously can't like go out and do shoots in the way that she normally does.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this portrait series, which has also been really cool. And she's motivated me to continue making some creative content. And so we're doing all these like cool photos, and we actually did a whole citrus week themed thing
I saw
last
those.
weekend.
Yeah.
And it's been such a gift to me because it doesn't let me just stay focused on the news, which can be kind of traumatizing in a time like this. I think that the balance that I'm learning and that we've been finding in being creative and also making sure we stay engaged has been really special. You know, us and a bunch of our friends pooled resources, and we sponsored these deliveries to ERs and ICUs through an organization called Frontline Foods, which was also so special, similarly to the way that Johnny Walker helping us support the Bartenders Relief Fund. Frontline Foods is raising money, and then they're essentially turning local restaurants in 39 cities and counting into catering companies for hospitals. So the restaurants are staying open, they're able to keep their staff on. Obviously everyone's profits are reduced, but as long as people can kind of cover the costs, and you know, all of our friends, it was like, I think by the end of it, we had almost 30 friends who contributed to this pooled fund that we put together. And we were able to buy out entire meals for some of the hospitals in LA. And that is something that we can safely do from home, but that helps us feel like we're giving back to our community. So I think there's a lot of levels on which you can stay engaged, figure out how to be of service, and then also figure out how to take care of yourself and like find a little bit of joy. You know, it's really fun when we come up with an idea and you're like, this is what we're shooting. I'm like, okay. And it's like, it's kind of a break.
It is nice. It's like, it's so much lighter, and you get to use your creativity, and it's a nice little gift during this.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So I would just say to try to do both is important.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for doing that for the folks on the front line. I mean, it's amazing to see all those projects around the country. I was talking to someone yesterday whose brother is a doctor, and he was saying that they hadn't had like a warm meal in forever. So how much, you know, the doctors and nurses and everyone appreciates, you know, getting those food deliveries. So thank you for doing that. All right. So Sophia, and it was so nice meeting both of you.
Thank you so much for having us.
I'm gonna let you go, and we'll tell folks more about the kitchen sink drinks and how they can donate. But hopefully we'll get to meet both of you, you know, in real life one of these days. All right.
Thank you so much. It was
Be
so
well.
nice to
All
hang.
right. You
In
too.
person
Bye-bye.
soon, I hope.
Okay. Me too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. It was really wonderful seeing both of them and learning how to make a new cocktail. If you want to learn how to make the Jane Sunset, that's a cocktail from our friend Chiako Hidaka. She's a bartender in Los Angeles. She is a self-taught bartender and dancer, and she's amazing. Her recipe is on Cherry Bomb Stories right now, so you can check it out. Sophia had mentioned kitchen sink drinks. So that is a program that the folks at Jane Walker and Johnny Walker are doing right now. You can go over to Johnny Walker US on Instagram to learn more, get more recipes, see what some of these amazing bartenders and mixologists are up to. And then what else can I tell you? Tips from home. Sophia talked about that as well. If you are making a drink at home and using Johnny Walker, one of your favorite spirits, like Jane Walker, hashtag tips from home. Take a picture, also hashtag Diageo donation, and tag Johnny Walker, and Diageo will donate $1 for each of those 2 hospitality relief funds, which is so amazing. What else do I want to tell you? I want to show you Jane Walker one more time. It's been really fun working with the Jane Walker folks. As I mentioned, it's a special limited edition project. And whiskey that is out right now. If you'd like to try Jane Walker for yourself, you can go to reservebar.com to try it. Thank you to all of Sophia's fans who tuned in. And last thing I want to tell you all is be sure to drink responsibly. And again, I'm Carrie Diamond from Cherry Bomb. Thank you to everyone for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.